Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about how to decide whether or not to keep an inherited property. My name is Ben from NJ Local Homebuyers. You can find out more about me at my website listed below, njlocalhomebuyers.com. Anyway, so today, as I've said, we're going to talk about how to decide whether or not to keep an inherited property. Unfortunately, maybe a member of your family's passed away and left you with a property that you've never owned, so not really sure what's wrong with it. You may want to keep it for sentimental values, although that's something that you're completely open to. If it's a beautiful beach house down in, in the Hamptons, I can see why you'd want to keep it. However, sometimes, it could be a property you've never been to, you've inherited from an uncle that you didn't have much of a relationship with. So now you have this house that you're saddled with, whether to keep it or not. It could be a great investment property, but you've never owned it. So you have to do some research and, maybe look into it, see how to fix it and clean it up and so on and so forth. The second is, do you own it with others? Do you have any siblings or cousins or family members that you own the property with? Now you all have to sit down and kind of have a consensus and really figure out what you want to do with this property. I'm sure you've experienced wonderful Thanksgiving, so I'll give you an idea of how well that could go. So that's the second thing to think about. The third thing would be, if you decide to keep it, how much money can you come up with up front to get the property up to snuff? Maybe was held on, was mishandled, or kind of like upkeep fell behind. You know how it is when you have a property. So how much money are you willing to spend up front to clean it out, get rid of all the furniture, so on and so forth that's in the property, make necessary repairs to get it up to snuff? Do you decide to rent it? Do you decide to keep it? Keep it empty, make sure you winterize it if you're not there. There are literally property maintenance you have to do to keep a property anywhere. So these are the three things you should think about. Now, if you decide to sell it, let's say, you can list it with an agent. As I've said prior, there are some upfront costs that you may have to do in order to get your property ready for the market, cleaning it out, maybe painting, doing some repairs. Being that you don't own it, so it's tricky to know what to repair, what not to repair. A suggestion would be you can hire a home inspector to go through the property with you and give you an idea of what needs to be fixed and what you can get away with. The second would be you can sell it by yourself instead of using an agent. Doing all the prior things I mentioned, going ahead and putting it on the for sale by owner and trying to sell the property that way. That would be a second way you can try to sell it. But lastly, call a guy like me. We're investors. We pay cash for close quickly. We'll deal with the headaches for you. And whatever price we offer you is the price you'll get. So I'm Ben from NJ Local Homebuyers. Happy to talk to you today. Look forward to speaking to you again. Goodbye.